and happy 2016, everybody! Let's make this year the best one yet! Oh, it's March. Oh, well, there's a panda right behind me, and it's gonna stare deeply into your soul while I talk to you. I've been in college since I was 14, but that's beside the point. But this semester, I'm really noticing something that's kinda bugging the crap out of me with these classes that I'm taking. And that is the fact that so many of the discussion questions in these classes are very closed off questions. Basically meaning that they don't really require any thought more than like what's actually in the textbook. But you know, fine. Except for when you have to try to have an entire discussion when everybody is already saying the exact same thing. You're not really bringing in any new ideas. Everybody's just repeating the same thing. Now let me back up here. I have animals running around crazily. These are online classes, and online classes, unlike in-person classes, require discussion boards instead of actual verbal speaking and such. Typically, this discussion is started by the teacher asking a question. The issue that I have is so often these questions are basically just asking you to repeat what was in the textbook, which is fine. It's good to know what the textbook said, but when everybody is making the same post and everybody's supposed to comment on everybody else's post, there's not really a whole lot to talk about because everybody's already said the same thing, just sometimes with slightly different verbiage. Don't be asking for a discussion on something that everybody's already understanding and everybody's already got the basic concept down and there's no room for discussion. You're wasting everybody's time, yo. Not sure why I got all gangsta there, but what really upsets me is so often it's in things like psychology and science that's like, hey, this is what we're talking about. Just repeat the same words over and over and over again and don't give you credit. We're not learning anything doing this. Why are we doing this? That's kind of part of the reason why I just go into English, because in English classes there's actually discussion and it's not just a rehash of the same things that we've said already 50 million times. Like right now I'm in a Shakespeare class, and as boring as some of the topics that we talk about are, I'm actually learning stuff in that class. Like the fact that Shakespeare is a complete pervert, but you know, that's beside the point. This is Ackle. Ow! Get out of here, you butt! I don't know, I think it's really unfortunate that so many of my psychology courses don't really encourage much for thought. And I know from my other psychology class that's actually in person that there is room for thinking and thoughts and such. The teacher actually gives us different articles that are based off of the topic that we're discussing. Discussing the articles actually requires some thought because you're sitting there and you're trying to not only read and absorb the information from the article, but you're also questioning things. You're actually sitting there thinking, okay, does this make sense? What might be wrong with this? What's right with this? What can be contributed to the conversation in class? I personally also look into the research methods, what could have been done better, because you know, experiments with the independent variable and the dependent variable, and sometimes it's not very well isolated, and I kind of think ways to isolate it better, how the experiment could have been conducted better, things that they did right, and how the subject matter of the article relates to things in my own life or things I've been discussing in class, so yada 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 yada. So I know that's not just simply science is a very set in stone thing, because it's not. There's room to actually discuss things, it's just that the teachers don't want to actually encourage thought, and it's frustrating to me because I'm sitting here trying to write a discussion post, and I don't want to say the exact same thing that everybody else is saying, but that's the only option that I really have there, and then having to reply to somebody who said the exact same thing that you did, and there's a minimum word count that's way exceeding what can actually be said other than, hey, yo, I agree, exactly what I said, good job, said the same thing, woohoo! That's essentially how I feel it's coming out anytime I try to write anything, and it's upsetting. I've got this really weird shadow thing going on right underneath my eye and going on my face. I'm not really sure if it's actually showing up on the camera or if that's just some weird illusion thing that I'm seeing right now, but that's what happens when you use natural lighting. See, most of you think that when a college student's going to be complaining about their college classes, they're going to be complaining about the amount of work that they have to do. Well, I'm over here saying, hey, give me more work. I don't want more homework. I just want to feel like I'm actually doing something when I'm doing my homework. So yeah, that, and my hair is pink now, only in some parts. got slight purple tint. It was supposed to be purple, but I did it myself, and I didn't wash the gloves properly between the bleaching and the dyeing, and so the purple turned pink. Life.